Hello, this is Michael Emery with Emery EPS Internet Marketing, and I'm currently testing a new streaming system here to make this a little bit more optimized. But essentially what we're doing is we're reviewing websites for the keyword phrase Seattle Attorney, and we're identifying the factors that are preventing a website from showing up in the top 3 positions on the first page of Google for a keyword phrase like Seattle Attorney. So here we are on page 4, and we're going to scroll down. So this will be position 31, 32. So let's take a look at this website here. It is that we're lacking some text here on the home page. But let's take a look at what the computer tells us, what the robots are seeing, instead of what we're seeing here visually. So we're kind of peeking into the code here, and the first thing is the title. We've got Seattle Law Firm. We could definitely expand upon this and include keyword phrases like Seattle Attorney. I don't know that I would do branding so much as I would put in relevant keyword phrases. The next major issue is we have no meta description, and this is essentially our opportunity to pitch, to present in a sales type manner the reason why somebody should click on this link, and if we don't define this, Google will automatically define it for us. So we can see here that we've got an that. The next factor that we're looking at here is that we have no H1, H2, or H3 headers. The most important factor that any web page can have are the headers. Think of it like an academic paper. The H1 is the title of the paper. The H2 would be the subtitles. The H3 are going to be the sub-subtitles. And so Google needs to see things that are contextual. They need to be able to see that this website is about Seattle attorneys, if that's the keyword phrase that you're going to be targeting. And then it would be an expansion on that keyword phrase. It could be Seattle attorneys that specialize in legal defense or criminal defense, or whatever it might be. We'd have to go into the niche and figure out what it is exactly that this law firm specializes in. And then we create H3s that elaborate on this. We would need to add microformats, and we've got a few more issues here. The robot text needs to be updated, and add a favorite icon, and definitely connect it to Google Analytics so that we can track our results. So this is the first part of the report card that Google is basing their algorithm off of. The second part is going to be the performance. How quickly does a website load? Well, we can see here that the website is actually loading fairly quickly. It's got good scores. It only takes 1.4 seconds to load on average, and it's 1.3 megabytes, 15 requests. Looks good images with the logo there, but the rest of it is text. Now let's go look at it from a different angle and see what Google itself is saying. So this is a Google tool called PageSpeed, and it's going to tell us that we've got some issues here with the mobile version of the website, and this is a really common error that our team could fix. It's the eliminate render blocking. Essentially, it has to do with the order in which the content of a website is downloaded, and mobile is more picky than desktop. So then the rest of these errors here are compression and minification. The desktop version is doing all right. We're in the green, so I wouldn't worry about that. But the mobile version, we're getting an orange flag here. And essentially, when Google is telling you that there's a problem and you're trying to rank your website in Google, it's a good idea to pay attention to what they're saying. So the next factor that we're going to look at is the off-site factor. This has to do with campaigns, SEO campaigns that have been run in the past, and also, more than anything else, the perception of your website and the quality of your website in the Google algorithms. So first thing, I'm going to show you a perfect website. Let's go back to Google, google.com. We're going to look at google.com here. We see it's got a trust flow of 98 out of 100, a citation flow of 96 out of 100. It's got a spatter backlink chart that is crazy full because it's got 8.1 trillion backlinks to that website. And we can look at something really important here, the anchor text. So out of those 8.1 trillion, 80% say different, like random keyword phrases, random anchor text. Less than 4% actually say Google. And we don't even see google.com in here. We see just Google. So that gives us a real clue, an indicator as to the way to set up our keyword densities. So let's take a look at this site now, and we actually have a really high trust higher than some of the other pages rated Seattle Attorney, but we've got 213 backlinks from 50 different domains. That means there was about 4 backlinks per domain. We can see the spatter chart here. We got a few decent backlinks in here. They're not the strongest in the world, but here's where we're going to see what is happening, why this website isn't positioned higher. Why is it on page 4 instead of page 1? So we can see that 50% of the links have just the URL in the link anchor text. We've got the brand here at 11%. We've got a generic view website at 8% of the links. We've got another variation of the URL. We've got a generic, a brand with the keyword phrase. And this is probably one of the few reasons why this website is showing up on page 4, because it has, so what is that? About 3 links or so that have this keyword phrase or this anchor text in it, where we see Seattle Attorney. Seattle Attorney's law firm, but out of that we can derive Seattle Attorney. And so that could be one of the reasons why this page is showing up on page 4 in the Google search results for the keyword phrase Seattle Attorney. That's probably generic. John McMaster's probably a partner with single pieces. Generic again, another URL, and then miscellaneous. Seeing in here, we aren't seeing pure links that say Seattle Attorney, Seattle Lawyer, Lawyers in Seattle, Lawyer in Seattle, Attorney in Seattle, Attorney Seattle, Lawyer Seattle, then whatever specialized areas of law that this firm focuses upon. All of those are the traffic, the money keyword phrases that this pie chart is missing. So I would say that there's a chance that this site is showing up a mixture of the keyword phrase, the money phrase, Seattle Attorney, and the branding. Essentially, use titles and headers to each of the pages on the site so you can rank higher and position yourself to be on page 1 for the keyword phrases that are relevant to the services that you're offering. So relevant to Seattle Attorney. Then once we resolve those issues, we need to focus on higher quality SEO campaigns. You actually have a really good trust score, but none of the links correlate with content that's on the pages, the header content, and between the two, none of them are targeting any precise keyword phrases that are actually going to drive traffic. So ranking the site wouldn't be that difficult. Half of the work's already done. It just needs to be optimized. So I hope this has been insightful. I would love to have the opportunity to speak with the individual in charge of internet marketing for this firm, and I know that we can make strides forward to increase visibility and thereby increase revenues. So again, thank you for your time, and we'll be in touch. Thank you.